Well, let's see if this is working. Hey, I guess stream's working. Maybe I should call it something. Probably just says streaming. I'm not even sure what it's going to look like. So, kind of getting set up to do a bunch of packs of Innistrad here. So, bear with me, anyone who's here already. Alberto, you're already here. Amazing. You are a top fan. And Dual Brain MTG, hey, what's up? I'm going to kind of monitor the chat on my phone. I'm going to get the hang of this here a little bit. And see if I can be a real baller here. Let's see, I go to the live stream. There's this one right here. Tragic MTG live stream. Let's just call this Innistrad Wild Hunt Arena pack. Tons of pack opening. I don't know, something like that. What do you guys think? What should I call this thing? Innistrad. Gotta call it. Gotta spell it correctly. Oh, I'm gonna open over 100 packs. So we'll call it that, right? What's up, Chris? What's up, Dalamar? I'm no streamer. I'm always a recorder, so this is all new territory for me. Let's see. Let's make some zombies. There we go. Save. What's up, everyone? No worries, good luck. Thank you very much. All right, let's do this here. How's the music? Is that too loud? I turned it down earlier. Audio. Master. Turn the audio down a little bit. Seems loud from my end. Alright, there we go. What in tarnation indeed. I'm actually on Arena. I've been ever since Adventures in the Forgotten Realm came out, I've been playing a lot of Arena. I had a buddy that got me kind of back into it. I'm a pack opener. You guys know that. I just sit here and I bust packs open. Well, what do I do with those cards? To be honest, not much. I've actually resolved to play a lot more. So how do you play more Magic? You know, there's no better way to do it than Arena. I'm actually going to play some Commander with some friends later today. But right now, Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Did I call it Wild Hunt? Terrible. What was I thinking? I'm going to look like a total scrub if I leave it like that. Innistrad Midnight Hunt. There we go. I can read. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. All right, so I have available to me 50 Innistrad Midnight Hunt packs, but what I have here right now is 0 rare wild cards. Can you even believe that? How can you get anything done like that, right? Let's go. This store is currently unavailable. I was going to buy a bunch more. What the actual heck? So I guess I'll just do my 50 here. Well, I'll have to do that, the rest at a later time. But what I really need are these wild cards, because I'm really looking to make, right out of the gate, hopefully, a decent zombie deck. I want to use Gisa to reanimate my opponent's creatures that I'm going to kill. So I'm really hoping to get a Gisa and some like Golgari colored zombie reanimator nonsense. So that's going to be fun. So let's get open here. Let's get opening, and we'll mainly look at the rares here. New set, new fun times. We got a Beloved Beggar. We got a Stromkirk Blood Chief, right? So a bunch of new commons. There's a big zombie giant. Let's see what we get for a rare. Rem Carolus. Human Knight with Flying and Haste for 3. If a spell with damage would deal damage to you or another permanent you control, prevent that damage. Solid. If a spell would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent that opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1 instead. So, pretty good on like a pyroclasm effect. So you can just wipe, out their creatures and not yours. So that's pretty solid. Let me know what you guys think down below. Olivia's Midnight Ambush. This is a solid dead weight kind of effect right here. Tragic Slip, I guess, is probably what that would be similar to, right? But Day and Night. So I wonder how big the Day and Night effect is going to be. Back when original Innistrad was out, flipping werewolves back and forth was fun, but I feel like it wasn't super reliable. So I think there's a lot more cards that will actually interact with the Day and Night cycle this time around. So we got an Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. It's got Vigilance, and equal to the number of creatures you control. Whenever you attack, for each opponent, create one human creature token that's tapped and attacking. Great. So commander card, you could create up to 3 of these, so that might have some fun times in EDH, right? All right, let's get going here. So I might have to move a little faster here. I don't have unlimited time. Heirloom Mirror. Yeah, good. I got an uncommon wild card. As you can see, I have 362 of those already. I'm not worried about those. I got to get these rare wild cards here. Heirloom Mirror. Flip it into a demon. Fun stuff. I love Innistrad. All right, we got a Graveyard Trespasser. Flip it into a Graveyard Glutton. And Ward of discard a card is... that'll make you think twice, I would think, before you try to mess with this thing. Collector, there we go. Wild cards, let's go. Hungry for more. Oh, here we go. Triskaidekaphile. That's funny. Yeah, win the game if you got 13 cards in your hand. It's no small feat to make that happen, but I feel like there's a build-around deck here to do effects like drawing cards and discarding cards to get you to that point. So that's going to be some possibilities. Let's see here. What do we got going on? Next pack. That's what's up. Pumpkins, wolves, crazy things with too many arms. Fun. I love it. There we go. Definitely need more wild cards. As many as I can get. So hopefully when the store comes back up, I'll be able to get a bunch more packs to buy. A Necrosynthesis. Very nice. Denic. Oh, okay, great. So this is the Disturb mechanic, which I find to be... I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. I think it's a couple of hoops to jump through to get a kind of a okay creature into the graveyard, so you can recast it again to another okay creature. Is what most of these have kind of seemed to be. This one I think is one of the exceptions where the spirit version was pretty decent. So moving on. I probably won't be using the Disturb mechanic a whole lot. I don't see it for me. Nice, love that moon. There's Kaya. What's Kaya up to here? Yeah, killing ghosts. That's her thing, right? Okay, Sacred Fire. Here's the new Lightning Helix. It's a shock helix, right? Because it does 2 damage, and then you can flash it back. So this will see play for sure. And another rare wild card. That's what I'm all about. I got to rebuild. I've been playing too much jank. Yeah, there's a new set today, Geo. Well, live on Arena anyway. It'll be live on Cardboard in a couple weeks here. Yeah, there we go. Teferi, who slows the sunset. Excellent. Everyone loves Teferi. Choose up to one target artifact, creature, and land, and untap those permanents that you control. Tap the chosen permanents you don't control, and you gain 2 life. You could use that every turn. There's definitely ways to abuse that. You minus it to look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Looking at the top 3 cards of your library and putting one into your hand is pretty powerful. Then you get an emblem with untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step, and you draw a card during each opponent's draw step. Your opponents do not want you to do that, that's for sure. And here's Delver's Secrets. He's back. I think I like the original art better. This guy's cool. He's all right. But yeah, this will see a lot of play. We're gonna be looking at the top of our deck a lot when blue, I think, here, and drawing cards for sure to get to that one. So sharp enough. I don't know if I'll be recording any of my gameplay. I really like the time when I'm able to play during every day because I'm so busy is like way late at night. And I don't know. We'll see. If enough people beg me, maybe I'll try to show off a few games. I call myself like a middle of the road. I'm like a 50% player. I've not attacked the ladder too much. I'm into silver right now. I just don't have time. So I think if I played less jank and more like actually competitive decks, I'd probably do a lot better. I like watching Mono Black Magic because he makes the best jank, and I like to waste all my rare cards on that. So maybe this time around I'll actually try to be competitive. Anyway, here's Reckless Stormseeker and Stormcharge Slasher. Werewolves doing their werewolf stuff, daybound and nightbound, and there's the red version of that. So that's cool. I'm looking for zombies. I wanna kill my opponent's creatures and turn them back into my creatures with the new zombie mechanic, and I've got an entire 4 rare wild cards to do that with. Poppet Stitcher is a mythic. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. That's the Decayed mechanic, yeah. If you control 3 or more creature tokens, you may transform it, and then creature tokens you control lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 3/3. So that would actually be really good for the zombie tokens that with Decayed. You flip this thing over, and then now all of your decayed tokens can actually block, and then they don't die after they attack. So this is going to be solid, very solid in zombies. What do we got here? Malevolent Hermit. Right, and again the disturb ability. So this is just a 2/1 for 1 that can counter a non-creature spell unless its controller pays 3. So that's okay. And then when it comes back, non-creature spells you control can't be countered. So it's pretty solid. Pretty solid. This is one of the better ones I've seen of the disturb mechanic. Join the dance. And Dawnheart Warden. So the Selesnya mechanic here is the Coven, where you want creatures that have different powers. I think that's going to be hard to maintain. Your opponents are always going to be removing that one card. I totally missed whatever that last card was. Oh well. It was green. Purifying Dragon. Another uncommon wild card that I did not need. Moon Silver Key. And a rare wild card. I'll take that. Uncommon. Common. Play with Fire, right? Deals 2 damage to any target. If a player is dealt damage this way, scry on it. So it's a better shock, basically, right? Geistland Reservoir for 3 artifact. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a charge counter. You can pay to remove any number of charge counters. It deals that much damage to any target. Exile top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. So it's like a mini Ratchet Bomb with a bonus where you can play cards. So I might see some play in some red strategies. By the time red gets that thing all cranked up with counters, though, the game's probably over, I would imagine. Mysterious Tome. You draw a card and transform it, and then you can tap permanents. I don't know if we run into that too often. Florian. Voldarian Scions. First strike at the beginning of your post-combat main phase. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the total amount of life your opponent's lost this turn. Exile one of those cards, put the rest in your bottom of your library. You may play the exile card this turn. So, yep, make them lose some life, and then you get to dig and play a card for it. So that could see a little play in Commander. I don't know, as a constructed standard card. Maybe not so much since it's legendary. More rare wild cards. Arlen, the Pax Hope. Very, very nice. So I haven't looked into too much to playing werewolves. I'll probably end up making a werewolf deck, and this would be the leader for that deck. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? Foul play. Destroy target creature power 2 or less and investigate. Solid 2 for 1, and that's a mythic wild card. I'll take that every day of the week. Slaughter Specialist. Enters the battlefield. Each opponent creates a 1/1 human creature token. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on Slaughter Specialist. So you're going to immediately want to kill those tokens right when they come in. So this plus like a Massacre Girl in Commander maybe. Warden's Cigar Splendor. Enters the battlefield, note your life total. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if your life total is greater than or equal to the last noted life total. Then note your life total again. Whenever you cast a white spell, you gain 1 life. Okay. Some life gaining tricks there. Fun times. Rite of Oblivion. Sacrifice a non-land permanent and exile target non-land permanent. Yeah, so you could definitely waste one of your tokens to get rid of anything with this. So that'll probably see some play. And there's Denick again. What else we got? Pestilent Wolf. Shady Traveler. It's got Menace. Good deal. 30 packs remain. Old Stick Fingers for green, black, and X. When you cast a spell, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X creature cards. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your graveyard. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. Has power and toughness each equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. If only he had trample. But it's a great way to mulch stuff into your graveyard. Yep, there you go. Old Stick Fingers. Grafted Identity. Oh man, look, the face is different. So when I saw the other version of this during spoiler season, there was an actual face on there that looked like John Travolta from Face Off, which was hilarious. So that might have been the showcase version or like the alternate art. I'm not sure. It's totally different in this art. Very, very interesting. I don't know what happened here. Other than that, it's a card. Howl of the Hunt, Bereaved Survivor. This one, it's kind of expensive for what it does, but and then you return target creature of mana 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapping and attacking wherever this attacks. So that's got some possibilities, but for 3 mana, you just want this thing to be out there so that something else can die. I'm not sure if I'm into that strategy as much. Pit Fighter. Discard a card, sacrifice a vampire, draw 2 cards, activate only if an opponent lost life this turn, so you're going to have to kill, so you can then kill some more. Cathartic Pyre. Deals 3 damage, target creature, planeswalker, or discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards. Solid choices right there. Ludovic, the Necrogenius. So Ludovic cards always are known to be flip cards. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, it mill a card. And you can pay blue, black, and X to exile X creature cards from your graveyard, and you transform it. X can't be 0, activate only as sorcery, and then Olag, Ludwig's Hubris on the back. As this creature transforms into Olag, it becomes a copy of a creature card exile with it. Except its name is Olag, Ludwig's Hubris is 4/4 and is legendary blue and black zombie. This is other colors. Put a number of 1/1 counters on Olag equal to the number of creature cards exiled with this. I don't like this card. Honestly, it's cheap to cast, and then it's 5 mana minimum to transform it into a 4/4 with maybe a 1/1 counter on it. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that as far as like game mechanics go. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know down below. Rem Coryllis again, and then defense straight. Destroy target creature without flying for 3. Okay. A lot of flying creatures that I would like to be dead, I'm sure, playing against my opponents. Brutal Cathar. When this creature enters the battlefield or transforms into Brutal Cathar, exile target creature and opponent controls until this creature leaves the battlefield. And you can flip it in the night, and I'll have first strike and a ward to pay 3 life. Yeah. Yep, no, this is probably going to see some play. Exiling your opponent's creatures is not a bad thing to have on a big body. Stolen Vitality. This guy looks like big trouble. Castaway. So here's the Disturb. When it dies, you can mill 3 cards, and then for 5, you can play it from the graveyard as the Castigator. Enters the battlefield and shuffle 3 target cards from the graveyard into your library. It's not. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that card. So we got Tovalor, Dire Overlord, Werewolves again. When Wolf or Werewolf deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Cool. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more wolves and werewolves, it becomes night. Then transform any number of human werewolves you control. Great. Nice. You can actually transform them at your option. And then when it flips, whenever a wolf or werewolf deals combat damage, you draw a card. And then you can pay, like, a Kessig colors. Target wolf or werewolf you control gets +8. It's a Kessig Wolf run that's on this guy. So that's great. So this is like a Huntmaster of the Fells. That's going to be a great werewolf commander right there. Voldaren, Ambusher, Champion of the Parish. This is such a cool card. Total throwback to Champion of the Parish from the original Innistrad, but this one's for zombies, so even the art is a throwback. It's literally the same guy. Obviously, he died holding off the zombie hordes in the original Innistrad. But yeah, whenever a zombie enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Champion of the Parish. Going to go really well with the decayed mechanic here. So I'm glad to have this. I need 4 of those. What do we got here? Seize the Storm, Red Elementals, Old Stick Fingers again. All right, let's get moving. We got 20 packs left. Turn to Nature, Lunar Frenzy, Sunset Revelry, Sludge Monster for 5. He's a 5/5. When he enters the battlefield or attacks, put a slime counter on up to one other target creature. Non-horror creatures with slime counters on them lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 2/2. Oh yeah, you want this thing entering the battlefield and attacking all the time. So I think that's a solid card. Winterthorn Blessing, put a 1/1 counter up to 1 target creature you control. Okay. Brybridge Tracker. Vigilance and Brybridge Tracker enters the battlefield investigate. As long as you control a token, it gets +2/+0. Great. So it's like the there's a tracker from Shadows over Innistrad. I forget her name. Tireless Tracker. Yeah. Arrogant Outlaw. Grizzly Ghoul. There's a good zombie bear. Enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each creature that died this turn. I think that's doable. I mean, yeah, if it had haste, it'd be pretty devastating. Dire Strain Rampage for 3 is a sorcery target. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. That's pretty useful. If a land was destroyed this way, its controller may search their library for up to 2 basic land cards. Oh, well, less useful than for land destruction. Otherwise, the controller may excuse me. May search the library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. So you might want to just kill your own land with that, right? Get 2 for 1 for your Evolving Wilds. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Root Coil Creeper, Triskaidekaphile again, and the Obsessive Astronomer's creepy. But yeah, so this is going to be necessary to flip stuff from day. Well, this one like flip stuff in today, so this is kind of like anti-night. I wonder if that's the thought process between the day creatures. I feel like I saw more creatures that flip things into day than flip things into night. Infiltrator, Brigand. We got a Flesh Taker. This guy's like a Chainsaw Massacre guy. Which, let's see, whenever you sacrifice another creature, gain 1 life and scry 1. Solid. Pay 1 to sacrifice another creature, and it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. This is a beater. Definitely a beater in any sacrifice deck. Curse of Shaken Faith. Wow, I like that art. Enchant player. Whenever enchanted player casts a spell other than the first spell they cast each turn or copies the spell, Curse of Shaken Faith deals 2 damage to them. Take that, Storm. And Magecraft creatures. So Magecraft is dead. Let's see here. There we go. Rare wild cards. We've up to 9. Hopefully going to get enough to actually build some decent decks here. No more jank. Tragic. No more jank. Denick again. I wish I could trade my Denix for some Gises and other green-black zombie stuff. Got a Hobbling Zombie, Death Touch. When Hobbling Zombie dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. I like that. That's a good blocker with the recursion. This is kind of the strategy I want to go with this deck that I want to build. I want to give my zombie tokens Death Touch with I can't remember the card. It's a green card that gives all of your tapped creatures Death Touch. So I'm going to just zombie ball them into the opponent and let them deal with the Death Touch problems. Mask of Gristlebrand. That's cool. Equip creature has flying and lifelink. Whenever equipped creature dies, you may pay X life where X is its power. If you do draw X cards, equip 3. It's a legendary, so you only have 1 at a time. But it's a cool card. Justin, what's up? Hey guys, are you actually going to be opening any Innistrad packs? Well, I'm really going to just open 1 set booster box of Innistrad. Anymore, I really don't play physical cards, so I'm kind of going to be playing a lot of Arena coming up. Ghoul Caller's Harvest, there we go, is what I'm looking for. Create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens with Decayed, where X is half the number of creature cards in your graveyard rounded up. Yes, I'll be doing that a lot, I think. Siphon Insight. So look at the top 2 cards of the target opponent's library. Exile one of them face down and put the other on the bottom of that library. You may look at and play the exile card for as long as it remains exiled. And you may spend mana as low as mana of any color to cast that spell. So we've seen this effect a lot in Dimir colors. And then just you could definitely do this a lot. But I mean, what happens if you hit like 2 of their lands, right? I think that was the possible drawback of that. Well, Justin, I just don't have enough time, but actually I'm going to play a game of Commander tonight, so I'm trying to make it happen. But, oops, Sun Gold Sentinel. There that one went. So, just, put a Band-Aid on your soul. It's going to be fine. It's all good. I still love Magic, no matter what. Covert Cutpurse. Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. Oh yeah, we've already seen this where it makes creature tokens for all of your opponents, so get in Commander. Flame Channeler. Slowgurk, the Overslime, nice. So for 3, it's a 3/3 legendary ooze, trample. Whenever a land card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, put a 1/1 counter on Slowgurk. Okay. Remove 3 1/1 counters from Slowgurk, return it to its owner's hand. And then when it leaves the battlefield, return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. Great. So, yeah, mulch all your lands into the graveyard. And I'm sure you want to play them with something else, like, Scape Shift, stuff like that. So, very cool. Slowgurk. Consider this. Curse of Silence for 1. Enchant player. Curse of Silence enters the battlefield. Choose a card name. Spells with a chosen name enchanted player cast cost 2 more to cast. Whenever enchanted player casts a spell with the chosen name, you may sacrifice Curse of Silence. If you do, draw a card. Great. So, very kind of like just a budget runed Halo. And I'm sure that we'll see this thing getting blinked in and out all over the place to block out your opponent's cards that they would love to play. So yeah, that'll probably get some play, especially at 1 mana. More common wild cards that I don't need. I need more rares. I got to get to I need 30 rare cards, I think, here. Spectral Adversary. So this is the Adversary cards. Mythic, right? So low-costed Mythic. Basically just gives you a bunch of flexibility through the game, all of these. You can pay more for them to be a little bit bigger and do some other effects. So this one is got Flash and Flying. When it enters the battlefield, you can pay another 1 and a blue, which is not like Kicker. You don't have to pay this before it gets cast. You can pay this as it comes into the battlefield. So it gives you a bit more flexibility to use it any time. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, put that many 1/1 counters on Spectral Adversary. Then up to that many other target artifacts, creatures, and or enchantments phase out, which you can protect your own creatures with it, or you can put the big Trampler in its place for a turn. So this one is pretty decent, I think, of the adversaries. Stuffed Bear. Slowgurk again, so maybe I'll make a Slowgurk deck since I have a couple of them now. Legendary creatures have to be really good to be constructed standard, right? Fateful Absence. Destroy target creature or planeswalker its controller investigates. That's pretty massive, I think. For 2 mana to destroy a target creature or planeswalker. Yeah, so you're giving them a clue, which is a little bit of card advantage, but they have to pay for it. So I think this card is gonna see a lot of play. Yeah, white doesn't have a whole lot of targeted removal, so that's just what they needed. Liesa, Forgotten Archangel for 6. I'm sorry, 5. Flying, lifelink is 4/5. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Brutal. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Oh, I want to build around that, so... Liesa. Field of Ruin. New art for that. Very cool. Unruly Mob is back. That's going to grow. And a Mythic wild card. I'll take it. Got 18 of those. Alright, last pack until the story opens. I don't know what's going on with that. Got some wild cards and a Bloodline Culling. For 3, instant you can choose one. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. Or the creature tokens get -2/-2. Good. So a little bit of flexible use, but still somewhat situational. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with the creature getting -5/-5. That's going to take care of a lot of problems. So, all right, well, that is kind of it right now. I had planned to open more packs, but I don't have them there. So, well, there's my decks. Got no more packs. Nothing else I can do. Well, anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. At some point, maybe I'll try to get on and play some games here and there. Make an Aussie cat deck. We'll see what happens. Thanks for stopping by, everyone who watched. Let me know what you think. And I'll catch you at a later time. Tragic.